Please subscribe to my channel to help me grow. I remember the exact moment my world fractured. I was sitting on the couch, scrolling aimlessly through my phone, when a text from an unknown number lit up the screen. If you ever come near your wife again, I'll make sure she loses everything. My chest seized. My hands trembled. My wife, Sarah, had been working late more often, her laughter on phone calls carrying a strange warmth, a hint I tried to dismiss as imagination. But this was venom. I confronted her that night. She entered the room, brushing past me, her perfume intoxicating yet suffocating. "What's wrong?" she asked, feigning innocence. My voice cracked when I read the text aloud. Her eyes widened for a fraction of a second, just enough for me to see it. The flash of guilt. Then she smiled, the one that could disarm me in seconds. "It's nothing. Probably spam." But I knew better. The next days were a blur of paranoia and observation. Sarah left for work at 7 a.m., and I stayed awake, tracking her movements, piecing together snippets of suspicious calls and hushed conversations. I wanted to believe in her, wanted to cling to the love we built, but the pit in my stomach gnawed at every fiber of trust one had left. Then came the day I followed her to the downtown office building, a sleek glass tower that reflected the city like a polished mirror. My heart pounded as I watched her slip into the elevator, disappearing from sight. I lingered, pretending to be a passerby, until I saw him, her boss, Martin. Tall, impeccably dressed, exuding arrogance and control. The way he leaned in as Sarah laughed at something I couldn't hear sent a dagger through my chest. I wanted to storm in, demand answers, scream. But I didn't. I waited, watching Martin pull out his phone and type something, his smirk unmistakable. My mind raced, imagining every scenario. Threats, bribery, betrayal. That night, Sarah returned home, exhausted, her hair disheveled. I forced a smile, but my hands shook. "Long day?" I asked. She nodded, eyes distant. I knew she was hiding something. I decided to confront Martin directly, the threat now a challenge I couldn't ignore. Using the connections I had quietly nurtured over the years, I dug into his finances, his business deals, his reputation. What I found was a trail of manipulation, harassment, and fraud, enough to ruin him legally and publicly. I didn't act impulsively, I planned. I collected evidence meticulously, knowing any misstep could backfire. Then came the night of reckoning. I sent the compiled dossier to the press, regulatory bodies, and his board. Within hours, his empire began to crumble. Calls flooded his office, threats returned in kind, and his carefully constructed image shattered before my eyes. Sarah found me in the study, her face pale, shaking. "What did you do?" she whispered. "I protected you," I said, though the words tasted bitter. She looked at me then, not with fear, but with something I didn't recognize. Relief. Shame. Betrayal. My heart ached with every possibility. In the aftermath, Martin was gone, disgraced, but the wound in our marriage remained. Sarah cried that night, her tears a mix of fear and regret, and I held her, realizing that love, once shaken by deceit, never fully returns the same. I forgave, yes, but the trust we had was fractured, a delicate sculpture of fragility. I learned that night that protection sometimes demands a reckoning, and justice isn't always clean. But I also learned the truth about the woman I loved. Even in fear, she could feel guilt. And in my actions, she saw the lengths I'd go to preserve what mattered most. Us, even if we were forever changed. Our life moved forward, cautious and scarred, but undeniably ours. I would never let anyone threaten her again. Not Martin, not the world, not even my own doubts.